Ludwig Wittgenstein was no ordinary philosopher. Born into immense wealth in early 20th century Vienna, he grew up surrounded by art, music, and intellectual rigor, yet he was drawn to something far more elusive than mysteries hidden within: language itself. His mind was restless, constantly probing the boundaries of what words could express and what they could not. Wittgenstein's early experiences were marked by a paradox, a hunger for absolute truth, clashing with the impossibility of fully capturing that truth in language. Language is both a bridge and a barrier, and Wittgenstein understood this better than anyone. It allows us to share ideas, to communicate complex thoughts, yet at the same time, it conceals vast realms of meaning that remain forever beyond our reach. He saw language not just as a tool, but as a labyrinth, where each turn might lead to new revelations or dead ends of silence. This obsession colored his life and work, making him addicted to the very thing that frustrated him the most: the limits of human expression. Wittgenstein's first major work, the Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus, is a profound attempt to chart the borders of language and reality. He proposed that language could only meaningfully discuss facts, things that can be pictured or represented, but that there exist truths about the world and existence that are beyond words. He famously said, "The limits of my language mean the limits of my world." This idea redefined philosophical inquiry, setting the stage for his lifelong addiction to exploring what lies in the unspeakable. The Tractatus is not just a book, but a manifesto for those willing to confront the silence beyond speech. To Wittgenstein, silence was not empty or meaningless, it was sacred. He concluded the Tractatus with the words, "Whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent." This reverence for silence shaped not only his philosophy, but also his personal struggles with the insufficiency of language. Why is the better left unspoken? How does silence protect the mysteries of life from being trivialized by inadequate words? Despite his early success, Wittgenstein experienced deep existential turmoil. The relentless pursuit of meaning and the maddening realization of its limits drove him to question the value of philosophy itself. He dramatically withdrew from academia, seeking refuge in simpler occupations, teaching in rural schools, working as a gardener, trying to escape his obsession with the unspeakable. This chapter of his life reveals the psychological toll of his addiction to these philosophical mysteries, portraying a man torn between brilliance and despair. His return to philosophy marked a profound shift, rejecting the earlier quest for a perfect language mirroring reality. He began to see language as a fluid, context-dependent phenomenon. Meaning arises not from rigid structures, but from social practices and shared understandings. His famous language games. This new perspective transformed his addiction into a nuanced acceptance of languages, limitations, and possibilities. Language is not chaotic. It has invisible rules that guide how words are used and understood. Wittgenstein's concept of language games shows that these rules vary by context, culture, and activity. Much meaning depends on what remains unsaid yet understood. There is a tension between explicit speech and the vast unspeakable background that gives speech its power. Wittgenstein believed that the most profound aspects of human life, love, trust, pain, often escape the grasp of language. Emotions and moral experiences reside in the realm of the unspeakable. Relationships are built on shared silences and unspoken understandings. Showing how Wittgenstein's addiction to the unspeakable reflects our own struggles to communicate what truly matters. His work was deeply entwined with logic and mathematics, fields obsessed with precision and clarity. While these disciplines strive for absolute certainty, they also expose the boundaries of language and thought. His engagement with logic deepened his fascination with what lies beyond formal systems, the realm of the unspeakable, the intuitive, and the mysterious. The impact of Wittgenstein's work continues to reverberate. His ideas about language, meaning, and silence influenced philosophy, linguistics, cognitive science, and artificial intelligence. His addiction to exploring the unspeakable challenges us today to rethink communication, understanding, and the limits of knowledge. Language can empower, but also deceive. Words can be wielded to manipulate, obscure, and control. The unspeakable can be weaponized, hidden agendas, propaganda, euphemisms that mask harsh realities, and this awareness fueled Wittgenstein's philosophical vigilance. Ethics occupies a paradoxical space. Moral truths are deeply felt, yet resist linguistic capture. Attempts to define morality in words fall short, leaving us with a lived sense of right and wrong that is unspeakable yet undeniable. Art and religion attempt to voice what language cannot. Art uses symbolism and abstraction. Religion uses ritual and mysticism. These human endeavors gestured toward the unspeakable, deepening our understanding of human meaning-making. Wittgenstein's addiction to the unspeakable took a toll on his mental health and personal life. He wrestled with loneliness, anxiety, and existential dread. The struggle to articulate the inarticulable led to both profound insight and deep suffering. He challenged the assumption that language transparently reflects reality. Routine language use often conceals misunderstandings and confusions. His philosophy invites us to question habitual assumptions and recognize the unspeakable layers beneath our words. Beyond semantics lies ontology, the study of what exists. Wittgenstein's work raises profound questions about things that exist but resist naming. Language's structure imposes boundaries on what we can meaningfully discuss. The desire for a language that perfectly captures reality is an alluring, but ultimately unreachable goal. Wittgenstein's journey reveals the futility and beauty in accepting imperfection and ambiguity. Silence is not mere absence, it is an act. Silence can be a form of resistance to linguistic domination and a reverent acknowledgement of mystery. Saying nothing is both a philosophical stance and a practical approach to life. Science seeks explanation, yet it confronts mysteries that defy articulation. Scientific inquiry intersects with Wittgenstein's insights about the unspeakable, especially in quantum mechanics and consciousness studies. How does the unspeakable shape our very awareness? The interrelation between linguistic expression, mental processes, and conscious experience is rich and complex, reflecting Wittgenstein's contributions to the philosophy of mind. Human communication transcends words alone. Silent, implicit, messages, body language, tone, and shared context form the backbone of understanding, highlighting Wittgenstein's appreciation of communication's unspeakable dimensions. Comprehension sometimes breaks down, and recognizing the limits of understanding is vital. Wittgenstein's philosophy encourages humility and openness to the unknown. Emotions often evade verbal description. Feelings challenge language's expressive capacity, and Wittgenstein's work illuminates the silent depths of emotional life. He questioned long-standing metaphysical ideas, showing many are built on linguistic confusion. Metaphysics can be critiqued through the lens of the unspeakable and language's limitations. Language is embedded in social life. Communal rules govern linguistic interactions, much of which remains unspoken yet foundational. The unspeakable is not an anomaly but a constant in human experience. Embracing this inevitability enriches our understanding of reality and self. The pursuit of meaning confronts the unspeakable at every turn. Wittgenstein's thought informs existential questions and our confrontation with mystery. Wittgenstein's lasting impact highlights how his focus on limits inspires ongoing philosophical, linguistic, and cultural inquiry. Asterisk awareness of the unspeakable can transform everyday life, cultivating humility, patience, and deeper listening. Asterisk in closing, we accept the profound mystery at the heart of human existence, embracing silence as a vital companion to language and thought.